So today we're going to try something a little different. Instead of just memorizing words, we're going to learn a language by following a story. The language is Finnish, and our story is about to begin.
All right, so our story kicks off in Tarija, Bolivia, and our main character, Martin, is just blown away by what he sees. His first thought, Tarijassa on vini tarhoja, which means, in Tarija, there are vineyards. And believe it or not, that one sentence is going to teach us our very first Finnish concept.
Okay, so let's unpack that, right? We're starting with what we can call the Finnish concept of existence. It's basically how you say that something is somewhere, or, there is something.
First up, let's look at that word for vineyard, viinitarha. This is such a great example of how Finnish works. It's literally vini, which is wine, plus tarha, which means garden, a wine garden. See? Super logical, makes perfect sense.
Now, to say those vineyards are in Tarija, Finnish has this really cool, simple system. You just take the location, Tarija, and you tack the ending sa onto it. That means in. Then you add the word on, which means is or are. So, Tarija sa on. In Tarija, there is. It's that easy.
And with that one little trick, we can start painting a much bigger picture of Tarija. We can say the climate is temperate. Ilmasto on laukea. We can say there are lots of trees. Cielo on paljon puita. And hey, even palm trees. Yabalmuya. We're building a whole world with just this one little rule.
Okay, so Martin's figured out there are vineyards here. But now we meet Cecilia, his travel buddy, and we find out she has a real connection to this place. And this is going to introduce our next huge idea, possession.
Okay, get this, because this is where Finnish really flips English on its head. In English, we say, I have a car. In Finnish, the idea is that the car is on me. So to show someone owns something, you take their name, add the la ending, and then you say on. So it's not the family has, it's more like on the family is. Wild, right?
And here we see it in action. Cecilian perheellä on viinitarha. Literally, on Cecilia's family is a vineyard. But of course, we just say Cecilia's family has a vineyard. It's just a totally different way of thinking about what it means to own something.
Now, Cecilia is just buzzing with excitement to be back. And there's a perfect Finnish verb for that feeling, basta. It means to arrive or to get somewhere, but it's got this extra layer of meaning, like relief and success. For her, it's all about wanting to basta kotiin, to finally get home. So they finally get to our family's house. But this is where things get, well, a little awkward. Cecilia practically runs inside, leaving Martin standing there alone. This is where the story gets tense, and we get to learn how to talk about feelings and what you intend to do. See, Cecilia is what she'd call malttamaton. And here's another one of those awesome Finnish words you can just figure out. Maltti means patience, and that ending, maton, it means without. So malttamaton is literally without patience, or impatient. She just can't wait to see her dad. So while she's rushing inside, poor Martin is just stuck. He's totally frozen on the doorstep, not sure what to do next. This is his big dilemma, right? Does he hang around, or does he just quietly disappear? What would you do?
So let's break down what's going on in his head, right? Part of him wants to stay for a while. Jäädä hetkeksi. But the other part, the much bigger part, really doesn't want to disturb anyone. Häiritä. You can almost feel his hesitation. Okay, so Martin's pretty much decided to bail. He's about to turn and walk away when Cecilia's mother appears. And this changes everything. This is the real turning point, and it's where we learned about the Finnish giving case.
Here's the deal. It's super simple. Anytime you give, tell, or show something to someone in Finnish, you just slap the ending alle onto the end of the person who's getting the thing. It's a neat little marker that shows exactly where the action is going. And boom, here's our example. Cecilia's mother, her äiti, gives food, anta ruoka. Who does she give it to? Well, she gives it to Canelo, Canelo-le, and to Martin, Martinele. That little le tells us exactly who gets the food. No confusion. But she gives him way more than just a plate of food. She starts to explain the situation. Her husband, her aviomies, he's sick, and there's a ton of work to do, työtä on paljon. And then she hits him with this completely unexpected request. She asks Martin to stay and help them out. And right here in this request, we get our final little grammar nugget for today. When you ask someone to do something else, that second verb, the action verb, often gets a special ending. She asks him to stay, yeah man, and to help, auttaman. That man ending connects the request to the action he's supposed to do.
So, we've got a dilemma and a totally unexpected offer on the table. What's Martin going to do? Let's find out how this chapter of the story wraps up.
And just like that, with one single simple word, all that awkward tension is gone. Martin suostu. He accepts. He agrees. 1 second, he's an awkward stranger about to leave, and the next, he's part of the plan.
Okay, so let's do a quick flyby of the whole story, now that we know all the pieces. It all started with that simple observation, using our concept of existence. In Tarija, there are vineyards. The climate is temperate. Tarija son Vineyard, ilmasto on lauhkea. Then we learned about Cecilia's family with the possession rule. Cecilia's family has a vineyard. Cecilien perhele on Vinitarja. And that led to that amazing moment of kindness using the giving case where her mom gives food to Canelo and to Martin. Enta ruca Caneloli ella Martina.
And that all builds up to the big moment, right? The request for him to stay to help. Yaman auttaman. And the simple, game-changing conclusion, Martin suostu. He accepts.
So our guy Martin is in. He's no longer a stranger. He's got a place to sleep, some work to do, a meal. But here's the thing. We know her dad is sick, but we haven't met him yet. And some random stranger just agreed to work on his vineyard? What's he going to think about all this?